I want to build the biggest gun in the world. That's it. There's nothing else special about this challenge. I want to make a really, really big gun and slap it on a really small ship. CRAM, of course, is the best for big guns because you can just crank up the gauge to a comically large 2-meter diameter. Now, CRAMs will kind of notoriously keep scaling as far as you build them. Like, if you just keep making the CRAM stronger, it'll just get stronger. Add more packers, add more compactors, and it just scales whatever. That's why the Doom CRAM exists. So, I mean, just look at this. Look at this next to, like, what I presume is, like, a larger-than-human robot. Like, you can just walk. Like, if you're a... Actually, you don't even have to be a short person. This is 2 meters wide. You can just comfortably walk through this barrel. But that's not big enough for me. Certainly a strange thing I didn't realize. So, decorations will be changed by what they're on. So, like, as this barrel moves, the decoration will move. As this barrel reciprocates to absorb recoil, so will these decorations. But the decorations seem to also scale the barrel. That is interesting. That means we can probably get... 'Cause yeah, normally these things are just this big. It's already bigger. It means once we multiply it by 10 in the X and Y direction, this thing can get huge. And no, before you guys are like, oh, I figured out what it is. You're just using a decoration to give it a bigger barrel. That's not quite what we're doing. That's only a part of it. This is going to be such a slow shell with all the recoil suppressors and the flash suppressor. 100 meters per second shell. Oh god, it's terrible. Is there a way to get 2 cannons side by side? Reliably. Oh, wait. By tweaking? When did this happen? Oh, we can very easily put them right next to each other. I genuinely did not know there were, like, directional CRAM connectors. I'm gonna hope for my sanity's sake that was a recent addition. Like, as in within the last few years. Because it's embarrassing if it wasn't. Alright. So, this is not the final size of the barrel. Don't worry. Because we're gonna have each barrel segment be a little bit smaller so it looks like it's telescoping. And now we just fit as many barrels as we can in here. So yes, what this is going to be is it's going to be a giant barrel with as many smaller barrels as we can fit stuffed inside of it. This is just going to be a massive array of CRAM cannons. And it will not work well. Trust me on this. But it doesn't matter if it works well. Because as long as we can just crank up the scale to a dumb enough degree, nothing can fight it. Except for a plane. A single plane will make this thing completely unoperable. But, like, I guess I'm feeling very Japanese. Just want to build the biggest gunship I can, completely disregarding its defense against, like, planes or torpedoes or anything. Fuck a plane. Planes are for cowards, and if I get killed by a coward, it's not my fault. I have the biggest gun in the sea. Oh dear God. This is going to be a lot of guns. Actually, upon further thought, we should probably make this, like, give it, like, an armor setup. Have, like, the outer 2 layers be heavy barrel, and then just make the rest, normal barrel, so that it's just cheaper. Also, I guess we could probably put some metal sloping in here. Can we? Can't. Well, we can, but we can't do that much. It's kind of megalophobic. Or megalophobia inducing. I'm realizing now it might reveal these, like, metal slopes, since those are not going to move with the barrel. And I'm actually realizing now that might not even work. Because once I get these, like, side ones up to full gauge, They might poke out a little bit. Alright, how much does this cost? $1 million. Not even close to done, and it's $1 million. Yeah, it looks like none of them are poking out. None of them are connected either. Might have something to do with it. This whole thing is 50,002 blocks. Oh, it does not look good. Oh, it does not look good. Wow, that looks like shit. Oh well. Looks like we're gonna have to remove some of these, You know, making this thing a little bit more reasonable is not going to hurt us. I think that's in fact not a massive concern. Oh, now that I've removed the barrel decoration and we see it for what it actually is. And it is officially... Oh god, it doesn't work. Yeah, there's 210 barrels. And it seems they do not move together because of, well, it just doesn't seem to like to work now, does it? The only thing we really need to take care of is making sure that these gauge increasers don't connect to the adjacent gauge increasers. So we just flip them like this. Well, it doesn't help when I completely botched one of them. The first one, in fact. We're going to switch this to just a solid beam of glass so we can see through it. We'll make this much easier to work with. Alright, it's fitting together quite well. Oh, this is going to be another like 20 million. This is going to be like a 20 million craft. But it's going together quite well. I think we fire off just one volley with what we have right now. I don't know why some elevate faster than others. They all have the same amount of elevation barrels now. Oh, it's gauged, duh. Oh, it's so low range. It fires so low range. I think we have to remove some of the recoil absorption barrels. But like, God, it's gonna end up being so fucking... It's gonna send the thing careening. Even these... How much recoil does this thing have? 76. Okay, we can afford. We can afford a lot less recoil absorption. Thankfully, I do believe with CRAM cannons, it doesn't actually affect the muzzle velocity. Or, sorry, muzzle velocity doesn't actually affect kinetic damage for some reason. Yeah, some of these rotate faster. Oh, because they're heavy barrels. Oh, shit. It didn't even click. Duh, I made some of them heavy barrels and some of them lighter for the armor, but I can't be doing that. Well, we're gonna make all of them light barrels, or this will just be immediately stupid expensive. Just the middle section left. This has taken like 3 hours. God damn. I don't want to even check the V menu. You know what? You know what? That's buildable in campaign. I don't think I can give it much more than that. I don't think I can give it any higher praise than technically buildable in campaign. God, I'm eating dinner right now, and I've got pieces of a baguette. I've got an orange. I've got scrambled eggs. I've got these really mediocre tasting, like egg-based pancakes. Slice of pizza. I already said that. And just a tortilla. Just like nothing on it, nothing in it, just a tortilla. And like, this shit sounds deranged, but I fairly recently started working FedEx just like unloading packages. And I put on 60 pounds. I went from 110 to 170 in 3 months. And it is just... I've just put on so much weight recently that I am not accustomed to eating this much, so I just kind of grab whatever because I'm so hungry all the time. And I'm just like, I just won't stop eating when I used to be able to get away with like a meal a day. But now I just need like so much biomass each day to fucking operate and maintain my body. It's actually insane. I feel great though. Wouldn't recommend the job to anyone. The hours are not good. They'll just fucking change the schedule. They'll be like, oh hey, you're coming in an hour and a half early, and they'll message you that like right before your shift starts. So you have to like set aside an entire day if you work that day, because they might change it at any point with like very little warning. So if anyone has like any sort of if you have any sort of responsibilities, like heaven forbid, like a kid you have to take care of, but like anything else that needs to be taken care of ahead of time, don't work at FedEx, like ever. And I believe that's it, right? Is it? Why are you not connected? I think it's just struggling to update at this point because there are so many fucking individual cannons. All right, over 200. Oh. And here we have it. The most ridiculously and comically oversized barrel imaginable. Oh. Now time to see it fire. Listen to the rumble of it moving. It might not even come through, honestly. Oh. Oh. And each one of these does 20,000 kinetic. The biggest gun in the world. Now time to see what it does to... Time to see what it does to something. I am thrilled to see what this does. I think the stronghold? We'll start off with the stronghold. Hell of a place to start, but you know, it'll work. This is among the biggest ships in the game. Pretty fast, though. Thankfully, it's moving in a straight line. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. What have you done? The entire volley missed. Does it have projectile avoidance? Huh? 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 What the shit? Why did it just bounce off? It does fuck all. It does nothing. Kinetic CRAM sucks. No, why does kinetic CRAM suck? It barely does anything. 600k damage. That's jack shit for what we put into it. Oh, that's depressing as fuck. No. No. That is comical and very unfortunate. Oh, that's so sad. I'm genuinely a bit bummed out by that. I'm really bummed out by that. I just need to take the time to process how massive of a failure this thing was. How does it do, like, fuck all for damage? What if we... What's the white flayer's stronghold? I believe it's the Gorgon. I think the Gorgon is their stronghold. Yep, it's that. Pretty cool base. Feel like it could use an upgrade, but... Okay, I feel like it definitely could use an upgrade. It's just slowly raising up. God, so much time, so much effort. Is that hitting? That's gonna be like a glancing hit. It cut through everything it touched. Fair credit to the, like, giant volley. Nothing survived it. This is more like it. This is a bit more like it. Okay, I think it was just an unfortunate matchup against the stronghold. Because, keep in mind, the thing still fires at a pretty decent rate. I don't know why some things seem to fire out of sync eventually. But each volley does take a chunk off. We need to reconfigure it. We need to give it some radar tracking and make it aim point select at clusters of blocks. You guys hearing the audio wig out? That's how you know it's a good gun, is when it breaks the audio. I've only ever done this with one other gun. Sadly, the LOD from a distance makes it have 2 barrels, but... should aim right for the chest. And just punch a hole in it. Please. For the love of God. Uh-oh, laser anti-missile systems. Didn't do jack shit. Unfortunately, so much of it bounced off, it's just kind of chalked. Why does it bounce so much? Like, there comes a point where no amount of armor will ricochet a slug that's as big around as a human is tall. You know what? The weapon works well. I think the stronghold just had a low profile, so it was awful for that. The weapon sucks for anything that moves. But, oh God, is it effective? Oh, and by the way, before any of you mention anything, those 2 things that were firing a little bit too fast, I figured out what they were, and I fixed it. God. I was thinking of putting this on a ship, but it ain't happening. Maybe if this gets enough attention, I'll do it, but for now, we're leaving it at this massive gun. Oh, what's the diameter on this thing? I haven't even checked. 18-meter diameter cannon. Just the sheer power. Just the wall of steel that it fires. Leave a like if you liked, and check out my Discord if you want to hang out or get video announcements. And yeah, thank you.